Welcome back with a smiling face. Links to previous episodes are given in the video description, so don't forget to like, subscribe and share the video. A Mother's Shelter. Episode 6. Chapter 40. Buzz buzz buzz. The alarm goes off. It's 3 a.m. and it's D-Day. I'm feeling very confident and looking forward to getting this day over with, so we can move on with our lives. Lexi groans, as her eyes struggle to adjust to the light coming from the lamp I just turned on. We fell asleep at around 9:30 p.m., so I'll be fine. My sleepy pregnant wife might struggle more today than I do, which I think is just the most adorable thing. Come on, baby, I coax her gently. She sits up, and I'm surprised to see her getting up so quickly. Lately, she's been struggling to wake up in the morning. After I get dressed, I move into the bathroom where Lexi's getting ready. You don't seem like my sleepy pregnant wife, I admit as I watch her putting a bun in her hair, making eye contact through the mirror, and she smiles. Adrenaline. I really wish I could be fighting with you today, she frowns while dragging out the LLs and really. I just smile. This is an answer to prayer for me. It is such a relief that she isn't fighting, and that she'll be safe, but I know better than to rub that in her face right now. I know, babe, I say as I kiss her temple. Full breakfast is being served in the pack house cafeteria today from 3:30 a.m. to 4:30 a.m. Shift change for the warriors who were on duty tonight is at 4 a.m., so everyone has time to come in and grab something to eat. I grab Molly out of her bed and wrap her in a blanket. Lexi grabs a bag she packed for Molly with a pillow, stuffed animal, toys, and snacks. They could be locked in the pack house for hours, especially if Alpha Johnson doesn't attack as early as he originally planned. The whole ballroom has been filled with blue gym mats so the kids and anyone else can relax or nap, or play on the floor comfortably. The kids would not enjoy lounging on the hard marble flooring. I'm hoping Molly will just sleep through this whole thing. Do you have the tablet to watch the surveillance footage? I ask Lex. Of course, I'd never forget that. Lexi's point of view. We get to the pack house and with all the commotion, Molly woke up. I find a spot on the mats to leave our stuff and then head to the cafeteria for breakfast with Jack and Molly. At 3:45 Jack quiets everyone down to talk. Almost the entire pack is in the pack house right now. I just wanted to say thank you for the support from all of you, and I feel really good about what we're doing and the reason we're doing it. Protecting children should always be on the very top of our priority list, regardless of pack, Jack says, and the cafeteria is filled with applause. I'm so glad that people are supportive and not mad. Part of me feared that the pack members would resent me or Molly for the drama our presence has caused, but over the last few weeks, everyone has been so kind, and no one has made me feel resented at all. Mind you, I'm not sure if anyone would be so brave as to voice those opinions even if they did. I also want to make an announcement. Jack motions me up, and I stand beside him. He puts an arm around my waist and pulls me in. He's getting ready to tell them all the good news. He smiles broadly at me and then looks out to everyone. I know I involved you all in the decision on whether or not our Luna should be fighting in this battle yesterday, but we have decided that it's best if Luna does not take part in the fight today. Our top priority has to be to the safety of our unborn pup, he says and moves his hand to my stomach. It only takes a second, and then everyone is cheering. Jack's eyes are filled pride, adoration, and love as his eyes meet mine. 5:30 a.m. I'm so tired. The adrenaline boost I had earlier is long gone, although I'm sure that it'll return once the fighting starts. Molly is coloring beside me with Toby, while I sit with Joss and Beska. None of us are fighting today. We have over 20 cameras surrounding the border of our pack lands, but Jet said that they would be attacking the southern border, behind the pack house. I have the 4 cameras facing the southern border streaming live on my tablet. They're planning on attacking from behind, where we wouldn't expect them. The cameras aren't new, but I got Jack to set up live feed footage for me, in hopes I can at least see what's going on. He was all too happy to oblige me, considering I wasn't fighting. He's been trying to hold back his excitement about me being stuck in here instead of fighting, but he was doing a crap job. I appreciate he's trying though. At 5:37 I see warriors breaching the pack land borders on my live feed. Joss and Beska quickly move in closer, so they can watch as well. We see tons of warriors crossing our border, and getting deeper into our land. After a second, it looks like chaos in the cameras. Fighting everywhere. I know Jack doesn't want me to worry, and I know he's stronger and bigger than anyone he'll fight against today, but I can't guarantee that a dozen wolves won't attack him all at once, or that he won't be distracted by everything going on. I'm a bundle of nerves, and so are Joss and Beska. I just don't want him to get hurt, or worse. If I was out there, at least I would feel like I wasn't so powerless in it all. I hate this. I'm searching the screen with such urgency, while I try and find him in the cameras. There's Alex, Beska points out. I nod, seeing Alex fighting aggressively. I quickly keep scanning and then I finally see him. I see a black wolf, bigger than the rest, and he's tearing through other wolves. There he is, I say, releasing an audible sigh of relief. Damn it, Jack is unstoppable. I'm not sure if it's pregnancy hormones, because I shouldn't be thinking about how hot he is right now, but I am. Seeing him in all his alpha glory. Jack's point of view, we're all waiting, most of us hiding. We don't want Alpha Johnson to know we're all waiting for him. He thinks we're clueless, and that most of my warriors are sleeping, and completely unaware of what he has been planning. He also thinks his army is a lot bigger than it actually is. Jet and his guys are with Alpha Johnson as well as the other 350 people I poached from him. My allies are positioning themselves towards the back of Alpha Johnson's army. When he starts to attack us, we'll have him surrounded. I'm hoping that I can kill Alpha Johnson quickly and then hopefully stop this whole thing. I hate that innocent people are going to die, because of the lies Alpha Johnson has been spreading about me. A little after 5:30 am, they quietly start to breach our pack lands. We wait as long as we can, letting them get as deep onto our land as possible before we attack. I'm in my wolf form, and I'm ready. Most of these people don't know the real reason they're fighting us. They think I'm a tyrannical alpha, not a man protecting his kid, so I don't feel great about the lives I'm going to take. Finally, we show ourselves. I see they instinctively take a step back in surprise, and it's great for morale, not that we need it. We outnumber them by quite a bit. They're scared and shocked. After a second the shock wears off, and they start to attack. I hear a loud howl from behind their warriors, Jet's way of letting everyone know just who he's fighting with today. I start attacking. There are so many wolves at the front lines, that the first few wolves I attack, I lunge for their neck, ripping their throat out, and throwing their lifeless body all in one swift motion. I even notice some wolves change direction after they see me kill their pack members with such ease. After a minute or so, there aren't as many wolves attacking me, and when I can avoid delivering a fatal blow, I do. I'll kill who I need to, but I'll also spare those I can. No one with a broken leg can continue to fight. Most of them are not bad people, they just don't know what they're truly fighting for. I'm mind-linking my pack. If you see Alpha Tim, let me know I see him. He's near the lake, a warrior mind links me. I can see that my warriors fighting here are handling themselves well, and they're dominating, so I take the opportunity to make my way to Tim. I start running as fast as I can to the other side of the field, by the lake. I want to end this as soon as I can. Then I see one of my warriors pinned down by another wolf. The other wolf is moving in to snap his neck, so I change directions and lunge as fast as I can to free my warrior. Tim's warrior didn't even see me coming and my teeth swiftly made contact with his throat, snapping his neck swiftly. I take a second to look over my warrior. He looks fine and gives me a nod. I notice Tim in the distance, and I see a look of realization in him. He knows it's me. I'm the largest wolf here, so I'm hard to miss. He shifts quickly into a large grey wolf, but not nearly as large as me. He howls and starts to charge me. He has got to hate me and be so mad. Not only did I kill his son, but he's also realized by now that I have poached a good deal of his army, and I was prepared for him. At least I don't have to chase him around. It's not going to be a fair fight, if I'm being honest. He's my dad's age. His son was an easy kill. I don't know if he thinks he's going to actually kill me, but I start to charge towards him as well. As I draw nearer, I hear an ear-splitting sound. Bang! I see on the right of me a man is shooting at me. That gun would definitely have silver bullets in it. I recognize the man as one of Derek's guys he brought with him that day. It must be his beta or gamma. I guess he knew he wasn't going to be able to beat me after all, and that's why he brought a gun to this fight. I run even faster. If I can get to Tim, this guy will have to stop firing in fear of hitting his own alpha. The sound of another shot rings through my ears, and I feel a searing pain in my shoulder. Chapter 41. The sound of another shot rings through my ears, and I feel a searing pain in my shoulder. He hit me. It feels like time almost slows. No matter how much I wanted to stop, I force myself to keep moving. Each stride of my paws feels so deliberate, and I can see everything around me, but everything is muffled. I can feel the searing hot stabbing pain throbbing through my shoulder. The pain is so bad that I have to slow down a little, but I won't stop. I hear another shot ring through, but this time I didn't feel anything. He missed. I see the guy that was shooting at me, is now being torn apart, by Lev. It was a silver bullet too, and it's still lodged inside of me. I can feel it burning through my skin. It hurts. The pain is spreading, because of the silver. If the bullet was left there, it would slowly poison my whole body, but there's still plenty of time until that happens. I need to fight through it. Now's not the time to piss and moan, or let my guard down. I keep my eyes on the target and continue to charge ahead, and the sounds of snarls, gnashing of teeth and growls slowly start to seep back into my ears. I catch a movement from the corner of my eye, and see that another wolf is mid-air, ready to attack. I shift directions quickly, and jump up catching his neck before his paws even reached the ground. Just as I slam him to the ground, Tim reaches me. I have blood dripping from my mouth as he tries to lunge at me. I slide out of the way, and I can't help but hiss at the pain the added pressure put on my shoulder with the way I moved. It feels like the bullet is being pushed deeper into my flesh with each movement. He tries again, and I notice two other wolves are moving in to attack me. 3-on-1. I'm not in the mood for this right now. I leap out of the way, making Tim and another wolf crash into one another. I moved so quickly, that I'm attacking the third wolf before they even realized. I wasn't able to connect with the neck, but my teeth dig into his shoulder, and I pull. I taste blood in my mouth, and I hear the howl from the wolf who lay immobile on the ground in front of me. Almost all of his front leg is ripped off. The injured wolf is between me and the two others. They're both standing side by side snarling at me, but Tim is filled with so much more rage and hate. I decide to go for the warrior first, but out of nowhere one of my warriors pounces on him. I look up, panic sets in Tim's eyes, but it only lasted a second. It's one-on-one again. Then he was charging me again. This time I don't move out of the way, but I meet him and our bodies collide. He falls back, but I don't lose my footing. He quickly struggles to make it to his feet, and I wait for him. I take the opportunity to rest my shoulder for a second. It hurts. He moves in again, and I slam into him again. Only this time, when he falls back, I am ready and quick to jump on him. My teeth grasp onto his neck. I bite down, and I can feel him struggling to get away. With one quick and painful movement on my part, because of my shoulder, I snap his neck. Alpha Johnson is laying on the ground dead. I let out a loud howl to get everyone's attention. Then I let out another. My entire pack and allies know exactly why I'm doing this, and they follow suit and howl as well. Everyone stops fighting, just as I hoped they would. I shift. I see the blood dripping down my body from my shoulder. Do you know why you're fighting here today? I yell. Everyone is still in their wolf form and looking at me. You've been lied to. I killed Alpha's son, Derek, because he wanted a pedophile for my 1-year-old daughter. Someone hands me a pair of shorts and I put them on. Everyone is looking at each other, and I can tell they're surprised about the information I just gave them. He came into my home, eyes black with lust for my child. What would any man do? I holler out. People all around start shifting into their human form. How can we trust you? Some man yells to me. I called Alpha Tim right after and explained to him. He decided to change the story to manipulate people, so you all could help him exact his revenge. I have never attacked anyone unjustly. There is no reason to believe this. His Beta and Gamma didn't seem to be surprised by the revelation either. I suspect if you dig deeper, you will find proof to what I'm telling you all, I add loudly, but not as loudly as before. This silver bullet is really draining me, not to mention it's excruciatingly painful. Malcolm! I hear someone call. I search the crowd for where the voice is coming from. Malcolm! A woman says again. I look and I see a woman talking to the other guy that came with Derek that day, either his Beta or Gamma. What? Malcolm finally answers. Is this true? She asks, and she looks mad. Jenny, I didn't know for sure. You suspected? She gapes, disgust all over her face. That woman must be his mate, and she is not happy with him. I didn't know for sure. If I knew for sure, we would have left the pack. After he was killed, I figured we'd get a new alpha, so I didn't need to push the issue any further, he explains. She's shaking her head. Then why are we fighting here today? She growls. I tried to talk to Alpha about it, but he wouldn't listen, and he told me to never speak of it again. No one was going to believe me if I told them, because the lies Alpha was spewing. If I would have spoken up, he would have had us both killed. He went after Alpha Lavard's mate. I didn't want him going after you, he explains. You've all heard that. I yell. I can tell by everyone's body language that they are more relaxed and this fight is over. We didn't know, Alpha Lavard, a man approaches me, and says apologetically. I know. Your Alpha is responsible for this, I admit. We don't have an Alpha now. What do we do? He asks. Two of my warriors drop large boxes of shorts and extra large t-shirts, and those that are in human form grab what they need to cover themselves. Let's get this alpha business sorted now. You're the strongest in your pack, Malcolm? I ask. He nods. What were you? Beta or Gamma? I ask. Gamma. Does anyone want to fight Malcolm for alpha of this pack? I ask. I feel a mind link coming in. I want to fight for it. Zack says I would hate to lose Zack because he's my best friend, and he's strong, loyal, and he makes my pack stronger, but I won't hold him back. Plus, I know we'd have a strong alliance. I'd hate to lose you, but I think you would be a great alpha. I agree. I'll challenge him, Zack says out loud, and it's as if everyone takes a step back. They are too afraid to fight him. That alone shows me Zack deserves this. There is no one here, aside from Jet and I, that I think could beat Zack, not even the other alphas that are here. Okay, let's go, I motion Zack and Malcolm. My shoulder hurts. I just want Zack to do this, and quickly. I feel a hand on my bare back, and I feel the sparks erupting. I turn around, and see Lexi looking so worried. I pull her into my good side and hug her. You've been shot. Her voice cracks, and I see her eyes welling up. I'm fine, baby, I barely feel it, I lie. Let's get you to the hospital, she says. I need to see this, I explain, and she frowns. It's only going to take a minute, trust me, I assure her, and I bend to kiss her forehead. The fight starts, and just as I predicted, it lasted less than a minute. More like 15 seconds. Alpha Zack Slate of Red River, I declare. Congratulations. Alpha, I'll let you figure out your beta and gamma in the way you see fit, I say to Zack, and then I turn to head to the hospital with Lexi. I spent the last hour in the hospital. They wanted to sedate me, but who knows how long I would have been out for. Lexi was freaking out. I don't want to be unconscious for hours while she's worried sick in the hospital. I don't want her stressed out, especially now that she's pregnant with our pup. I made them just inject me with a bunch of local anesthetics, so I could be conscious the whole time. I was warned that they probably wouldn't work well, given the effects of the silver bullet, but I insisted. They weren't lying when they said it wouldn't work well. Thank Moon Goddess, they just finished stitching me up. We'll keep you overnight, just for observation, the doctor states. Wait. What? No, I need to get out of here. I assure him. You've been shot with a silver bullet. It's common practice to keep you overnight for observations, he states. Observation of what? Infection, for one. I should be checking your vitals, in case we missed some silver, he adds. Can you make me a list of things to look out for or something? Things I might feel if my vitals weren't good. I ask and he looks at me confused. It's only one night, he assures me. I lower my voice because for all I know, Lex is just outside my door. Listen Doc, my wife and your Luna is worried sick. She'll want to stay here, and then she'll have to have our daughter watched. I don't want her worried, or sleeping here. She's pregnant with our pup, and I know we'll both feel a lot better if we're at home. Make me a list of what to look out for or something. He pauses to think it over. Okay, but I'll be making house calls. I'll be over later today and first thing in the morning to check on you. Check your vitals and dressings. He concedes. Just because he's the doctor, doesn't mean he can boss around his alpha. Deal. Don't tell Luna, you wanted to keep me overnight, I add. He nods hesitantly, and then as soon as he leaves Lexi is rushing in. Worry is all over her face, and it kills me. Babe, I'm fine. Stop worrying. It was just my shoulder, I assure her. How was it? Did the anesthetics work? You're so stubborn. She says in a huff. They worked, I didn't feel a thing. Stop worrying. I'll lie all day long to her if it means she doesn't worry. I'm glad you're okay. I could have lost you today. We all could have, Lexi says through tears. Please don't cry, sweetheart, I say while pulling her closer. It was Lef that stopped him, did you know that? I ask her. She smiles and shakes her head. No, I didn't see it on the cameras. Must have been a blind spot. I heard gunshots, and then I saw when you shifted, you turned at one point and I saw you were shot, and I couldn't help that I had to get to you. I was so scared, she sniffles. It's just my shoulder, stop thinking about the things that could have happened. She gives me a tight smile and nods. She leans down to kiss me. I can tell she was trying to say a lot in that kiss. How much she loves me, how much she needs me, and how grateful she is to be able to kiss me again. That's my woman, so what can I say? I reassured her that I am very much still here, alive, and she still has me. The kiss got heated pretty quickly and I hear someone clear their throat. Lexi pulls away, and her cheeks are a nice shade of pink. I can't help but smile. Sorry doctor, she says with a wince. I'm not, I say playfully, as I squeeze her hand. It's not a problem. I should have knocked. So I have written down just a few things for at-home care, the doctor says. At home? He's okay to go home? Lexi questions. Doc said I was fine, and that they need the beds for the injured warriors, so I can go home, I add. Oh okay, she gets up to grab the paper from him to scan over it. Shouldn't I monitor his vitals? She asks, brows furrowed. I've never tended anyone shot with a silver bullet, but given the seriousness of this. What if you missed a small shard of the silver? She asks. Doc's face brightens. Do you know how to do that? My mother was a doctor, and I often tagged along, she nods. Can you change his bandages? Would you recognize infection? Is there anything different dealing with silver? Nope. If you are capable of checking his vitals, and changing his dressings, I won't need to make house calls, he smiles. Anything out of the ordinary pops up, bring him back. I'll get some supplies together for you to take. Bandages, blood pressure cuff, etc. Thank you, doctor, Lexi says. Chapter 42. Jack's point of view. I wake up in my bed, and the clock says 2 p.m., I've been out for hours. I'm happy to see that Lexi is sleeping beside me. It makes me glad that I insisted on coming home because she wouldn't be this relaxed if I was in the hospital. I see in the baby monitor Molly is napping late too. We were up really early this morning, so we all need the extra rest. They gave me some pretty strong painkillers which are helping with the pain a lot, and I'm not sure if it's the painkillers or the fact that my body is just working hard to heal itself, but I've slept about 6 hours already, and I'm still exhausted. The presence of silver means it will take time to heal, there will be no speedy werewolf healing for this one. I scoot closer to Lexi, just so we're touching. I can't lay on my side right now to hold her, but just feeling her next to me feels good. The sparks from the contact must have affected her even in her sleep, because she's turning and snuggling into me. I look down, and stare at my beautiful pregnant woman, in my shirt, and I'm in awe of her. I hate that I worried her, and after seeing that they brought a gun, I'm even more grateful she wasn't there. I don't even want to think about what would have happened if she was. I'm glad that Alpha Johnson is taken care of, and everything can get back to normal again, and I don't have to worry about someone coming after Lexi or Molly. I need to get a new beta. Kyle will take the beta position, and then I'll need to fill my gamma position. Alex is my strongest warrior, so that would make sense. I'll worry about it tomorrow, because I feel my eyes getting heavy again. Babe. Jack. Jack, I'm pulled out of sleep. TTHE room is dark, aside from the lamp on beside me. The clock says 8:06 p.m., and Lexi's at my side waking me up. Babe, you need to take your pills, or you're going to be really sore soon, she warns gently. It's too late. I think most of the painkillers have worn off and it hurts a lot. Sit up, baby. I brought you some dinner too. I didn't want to wake you, but it's getting late, and I wanted you to eat and take some pills. Your body needs food. Give me your hand, I'll help you up. She helps me sit up, and sets pillows up behind me, then she places a tray on the bed and give me my pills right away. Thanks, babe, you're the best, I rasp. How are you feeling? She frowns. I'm feeling pretty good, I don't want her to worry. Not in too much pain. She winces. I'm okay and this smells so good. I'm suddenly starving, I say looking down to my tray. She made me a big bowl of beef stew, and there are fresh homemade buttered buns on my tray too. I dig right in, and it's so good. Did you want me to get you more, babe? There's plenty left, she asks when I'm finished. No. I'm stuffed, thank you. That was exactly what I needed. It was delicious, and the perfect comfort food. She smiles as her hand gently trails my cheek, and she leans in for a kiss. Then she grabs my tray, I'll be back in a few minutes. Do you need anything? I shake my head, and I lay back down. Lexi is back within 10 minutes, I need to check your vitals again, she states. Again? I ask and she chuckles. Yet I've checked them every 3 hours since we got home this morning, you just sleep through it, she smirks. I had no idea. I watch her grab a few things and sit beside me on the bed. First, she takes my temperature with an ear thermometer. Then she grabs my wrist and stares at her watch. RSHHH, she quiets me. I can't help but smile. She looks so cute in doctor mode. So? I ask. Temperature is fine, heart rate is strong. I need to check your blood pressure now, she states. She mentioned before that she used to want to be a doctor, I wonder if she still does. I can a calmness and confidence she possesses when it comes to caring for people. Even when Molly was in the hospital, she seemed calm and confident. She takes my blood pressure, and as she starts removing it from me, she smiles. Everything looks good, she nods. Thanks for taking such good care of me. I'm happy too. You said before that you used to want to be a doctor, do you still want that? I think you would make a great doctor. I admit. Not to mention it would keep her off the battlefield and in the safety of a hospital. I haven't thought about it in a long time, to be honest. After I realized Molly wasn't a human, I had a moment of do I need or want to be a warrior, but I actually love it. Becoming a doctor would have been years and years of long hours at school and homework and long hours at the hospital. It just didn't seem to fit into my life as a busy single mom. Well, you're not a single mom anymore, and if it's something you want, we could make it work, I offer. I'll come home earlier, or move my work schedule around, and work from home. I want you to be happy, and I don't want you to give up on things you want and that make you happy. She smiles wide, I think you're just the sweetest to offer, but it's not what I want anymore, and she leans in to kiss me. I really like you, she whispers when we break apart, and I'm smiling ear to ear. I really like you, I admit. She kisses me once more, and then gets up and goes into my closet, and comes out in one of my t-shirts. She seems to like sleeping in them, and I love it. She climbs into bed and snuggles into me and she's yawning immediately. Tired, baby? She hums. Oh wait, before I forget, check this out, she smiles. She lays on her back, and lifts her shirt. The first thing I notice is she isn't wearing panties, nice. Not that, you perv, she laughs, look at my stomach, she says while rubbing it. You can see it best when I suck in. She adds. She pulls her core in, and I can see her lower stomach doesn't go down. She has a little round bump. Wow! Feel it, it feels hard too, she gushes and sure enough it does. That's our baby? Is this new? Or were we just not looking close enough before because we didn't know you were pregnant? I ask, in amazement. That new, and I'm almost 1/3 way through my pregnancy, so it makes sense. I laid on the floor earlier on my stomach, playing with Molly, and it felt weird, so I started to examine it, and I noticed it. The doctor said I'd soon start to grow pretty rapidly, she beams. That's amazing. I can't wait. Me either, Lexi adds and cuddles back in with another yawn. She falls asleep first, but I follow soon after. Lexi's point of view when I wake up, I feel Jack's hand rubbing my stomach gently. I smile and look up to see him daydreaming, with a sweet smile on his face. Having fun? I ask, with a sleepy smile. Did I wake you? I'm sorry. No, you didn't wake me. It's 7 a.m. I slept almost 11 hours, I chuckle. How did you sleep? How are you feeling? You must need some painkillers by now. I ask and I jump up, not even waiting for him to answer. I'm okay. Babe, I was enjoying that, he grumbles. I grab a glass from the bathroom with water, and some of his pills, and I bring them to him. Thank you, now get back here, he orders. I smile and get back into bed with him. He does look a lot better today, thankfully. He has more color in his face too. I lay down and he lifts my shirt again. 5 minutes, and then I have to get ready. Lef is coming over with Brit for breakfast. He's headed back to Cold Moon later today, I tell him and his hand rubs small circles on my stomach. I don't envy their situation at all. When I thought you might not move here right away, I was trying to imagine how I would actually leave without you. I can't even imagine how he's managed it the last few weeks, Jack admits. Yeah, same for me, I was trying to do the right thing for Molly, but I couldn't imagine you leaving without me. I've offered him a place here every time I've seen him since they have found each other, Jack confesses. I know, thank you. Jack smiles. What? It's a surprise. Let's get ready. We sit outside in the backyard, after eating breakfast with Lef and Brit, and Molly plays in her sandbox. It's such a beautiful day. Thanks for having us over for breakfast, Lef smiles. Yet everything was delicious, Brit adds. It's our pleasure, anytime. Lef, can I talk with you in my office about something? Jack asks. Lef furrows his brow, sure. I am also confused. Why does Jack want to talk to Lef in private? They both get up and head inside. Brit and I are looking at each other with confusion. Why would Jack want to talk to Lev privately? I wonder. That's weird. Maybe just guy stuff. Brit responds and I shrug. Maybe. Part of me wants to mind-link Jack so badly to ask him, but he asked for privacy, so I figure I should give it to him. Begrudgingly, of course. So how have you been holding up? I ask Brit and she winces. It's so hard. I don't know how we'll keep doing this. Living without him is out of the question, so I guess I'll have to learn to deal with it. It's just so hard. I hate it, and I feel so guilty because I know it's just as hard on Lev. I just feel like I'm caught between a rock and a hard place, Brit explains. I understand that, but if you moved, I could make a point to visit your grandmother every day, to keep her company and make sure she has what she needs. I don't think your grandmother knows what you are going through. I can't imagine she would want you to feel like this, I explain. That is very kind of you, but she needs me. I don't know how much time she has left, so I didn't want to guilt her into moving and leaving the one place that she has called home her whole life. I don't want to take her from that so that I can be happy. It's not fair to her. She raised me, and she sacrificed too much for me. My mom died when I was 6, and I never met my father. I can't abandon her, but I'm afraid Lev will get tired of waiting for me, she admits. I see the pain all over her face, and her eyes are starting to water. Oh, Brit! I'm so sorry that you're going through this, I pull her into a hug. Everything will work out. Just give it time. You both love each other so much. You guys are going to be fine, I reassure her. I pull away a little to look at her. I know, Lev, believe me when I tell you that he has been anxiously waiting for you for years. He loves you more than anything. You won't lose him. He understands the position you are in. And trust me, he knows what it's like to not have our parents. He wouldn't want you to abandon the one person who has raised you. He might be having a hard time, just like you are, but you two are going to make it through this. I reassure her. She pulls me into a hug again. Thank you, Lexi. Are we interrupting something? Lev asks, with a smirk. We pull away, and I roll my eyes. Yes, I'm stealing your woman, Lev, I say sarcastically. Not even funny, he smiles as he pulls Brit into his arms. Jack is smiling too. I love the sight of Jack smiling. I look back at Lev and he looks excited. They both do. What's going on with you two? I ask. Chapter 43. Jack's point of view. Hey, Lev. Can I talk with you in my office about something? I ask. Lev furrows his brow, sure. I see the girls are looking at me with confusion as we head inside and go to my office. I want to thank you again for yesterday. You most likely saved my life. If you didn't get to Derek's beta when you did, he would have continued to shoot. I might not be here today if it weren't for you, I thank him again. You don't have to thank me anymore. Between you and my sister, it's getting excessive, he chuckles. I smile and nod. I'm getting somewhere this time, I promise. I smile and lean back in my chair. Have you come up with a living situation yet with Brit? I ask, even though I know the answer. Lexi has been worried about him and talks to me about it all the time. He shakes his head, and I can see he looks discouraged. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I pause. A while back, you mentioned to me that you were Cold Moon through and through. I wonder if you still feel that way. He furrows his brows. I don't know anything anymore. Honestly, living apart from Brit has been the hardest thing I have ever done. I'd be lying if I said I didn't think about leaving Cold Moon to be closer to her, he confesses. I can't even imagine how hard these last few weeks have been for you too. He nods. Can I be honest with you? I ask. Sure, he says, but his brows pinch together. I don't think you should be gamma. His eyebrows shoot up, not letting me finish my statement. Why? Well, I think sometimes in big packs, they accept the blood lineage instead of looking at the individual. You're not a gamma, but he tries to interrupt me again, but I lean forward and raise a hand. Let me finish. At the games, you beat all of the gammas and all but one beta, who is now in alpha. You held your own against him pretty well, too. I think you're a beta, I explain, and he nods. I agree, he says confidently. It seems he's made that connection already too. I happen to be without a beta, at the moment. I have to be able to trust my beta, and he needs to be smart, strong, and have a good head on his shoulders, I explain. He points to himself. Me. I nod. I need a strong beta, and you need to be closer to Brit. It could work out for all of us. Not to mention, we would love to have you closer, I explain. Are you serious? What about Kyle? Kyle was a warrior before I was alpha. I made my guys fight for their position. Kyle is right where he's supposed to be. If anyone has a problem, they can challenge you for it, but they won't win. I know that, and so do you. He smiles and nods. I accept, he says excitedly, and jumps up and extends his hand. I point to my shoulder. I can't lift that arm. Right. Sorry. Thank you so much. This is literally an answer to prayer. You have no idea how much I appreciate this opportunity, he smiles wide. He looks truly happy, like the weight of the world has been lifted from his shoulders. Thank you for accepting. My pack is stronger and better with you in it, I admit truthfully. Should we break the news to our women now? I ask. Lex doesn't know. I didn't want to get her hopes up, in case you declined my offer. As we head back outside, we see Lexi and Brit hugging. Are we interrupting something? They pull away and smile. Yes, I'm stealing your woman, Leviticus. Not even funny. He smiles. His excitement is showing, and I think mine is too. What's going on with you two? Lexi asks. Maybe you should tell them, Lev. I offer. Well. Jack thought of a way to solve everyone's problems, he answers, and the women are looking very confused. Jack offered me the beta position here at Black Moon, and I accepted. Lev beams. Brit lets out an actual scream and she jumps into Lev's arms. Thank you, Lexi coos as she snuggles into my good side, and hugs me carefully to avoid my shoulder. He's the best man for the job. He was meant to be a beta, and I needed one, so it's a win-win, I add. Lex holds me tight. Brit lets go of Lev for a second to look at us. Thank you so much, Brit says through tears. He saved my life, and he's literally the best person for the job. There's no need to thank me. I'm grateful to have him. Now to tell Jet, I say with a chuckle, and everyone winces. Why don't you let me talk to him first, Lev? I'd like him to know that I'm not trying to poach his whole pack, I laugh, and he agrees. After breakfast, I need to take another nap because of these painkillers, but I'm going to call Jet first. I want to talk to him before Lev and Brit get there. They are on their way down to Cold Moon to pack up now. Lexi offered to look in on Brit's grandmother, to make sure she is doing okay, for the few days they are gone. Ring 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 ring, Jet, hey. I wasn't expecting your call. How's the shoulder? Me, hey. I'm holding up all right. Healing well. Jet, glad to hear it. Me, I have something kind of serious to talk to you about. First, I want you to know that I really appreciate all your help and the way you had Black Moon's back through all this. I want you to know, regardless of the situation, I will always have your back too. Jet, you're welcome. I'm glad to hear it. Why do I feel like this is followed by a but? Or bad news? Me, well, I think you might take it as bad news. I want you to know I didn't do this in an attempt to dishonor or hurt Cold Moon. I would never do that to you. Jet, oh. Spit it out. Me, I offered left my beta position. Jet, what? What? Me, I know it might sound bad, but he can't be away from his mate and his mate can't leave because of family responsibilities. Lef is miserable, and he deserves to be a beta, not a gamma. Like I said, no matter what, I'll always have your back. If you were ever in a position where you had to fight, we'd fight with you, regardless of the reason. I don't want any bad blood. Jet, he grunts, I'm not pleased, but I get why you did it. He pauses and with a huff, you know this might actually work for my family too. Me, really? What do you mean? Jet, well, we just found out that Marcus, my top warrior, is mated to my sister. I guess they've known since she turned 18, but he wanted someone else. Lexi, actually. Which you already knew, and Sophie wanted you, so they stayed away from each other. My sister is a spoiled brat, and she doesn't want to be mated to just a warrior. She was adamant there was a mistake. She thought Marcus should be mated to Lexi, and you to her. Anyway, they both seemed to accept it finally, since you're marked, and now expecting a baby together. If I make him my gamma, she might agree to be with him, if he agrees to be with her. They're complicated, but that might help calm the drama down over here, which is exhausting me. My sister is relentlessly at me like I'm the moon goddess, and I can change mates or something. Me, I actually remember her telling me that there has been a mistake, and now I understand why Marcus tried to lecture me about the mate bond. That's crazy. Sounds like there's a lot of drama, so I'm glad to hear that I could be helpful. Jet, I wouldn't go that far, he says, and I can tell he is rolling his eyes. Me, are we cool then? Jet, yeah, we're cool. Lef wants to be with his mate, I get it. Me, I am glad to hear it. If you need anything, don't hesitate to call. Jet, will do. Lexi walks into my office, with Molly on her hip, just as I'm getting off. Okay, you need to go lay down. You were shot with a silver bullet yesterday, she scolds me. I know she's just worried, so I smile. Yes, Luna. Daddy. Molly reaches out her arms. No, Daddy hurt his shoulder, he can't carry you, Lexi tells her. I ignore Lexi and grab Molly with my good side to hold her. She lays her head into my chest. She must miss me, I didn't really see her yesterday, aside from breakfast at 3:30 a.m. Tori, Daddy, she asks. Daddy needs to go for a nap, he has bobos, baby, Lex tells Molly. One story? I ask Lexi with a pout. She shakes her head with a smirk. Just one, she concedes. So Molly picks a story and we all cuddle up on the couch before I go for a nap. Chapter 44. Lexi's point of view. 10 days later. The last week has been pretty quiet and uneventful, just the way I like it. Jack has been working from home a lot because of his shoulder, and my demand to be able to keep a watchful eye on him while he heals. He's not 100% healed yet, but pretty close. I'm so glad that he is going to be just fine. Lev has officially started his beta duties a few days ago, and I'm loving how much I get to see him now, and so does Molly. Baby, why don't you go for a nap? You look exhausted. I'll watch Molly, Jack tells me. I must look as tired as I feel. I'm fine. It's only 10 a.m. I shouldn't be napping, especially this early. Plus, you're not even fully healed yet. It doesn't matter if it's only 10 a.m. I don't care what time it is, you are growing a baby. A whole person. Your body needs the extra rest, obviously. You look so tired, and you're yawning. Go rest, babe. I'm fine. I'm nearly good as new. I'm definitely good enough to watch Molly. I'm not taking no for an answer, he states. I hold him close. He's so sweet. You're the best. I wish I wasn't so sleepy all the time, I say with a pout. I think it's really cute, he chuckles, and kisses my pouty lips. You're really cute, I smile as I pull him in for another kiss, and then I make my way upstairs for a nap. I hear Jack. Want to go for a walk, Molly? Let's go check the mail at Daddy's office, with Gwamps and Gwan. She asks. Yes, we can stop to see Gramps and Gran before we come home, Jack says with a chuckle. Yay! She squeals. I love how Claire and Tom have taken Molly in as their own granddaughter and they spoil her with love and treats. With my parents gone, I thought for a while that Molly would never have grandparents. I lay down, and my eyes are so heavy. When I wake up, the clock says it's 12:02 p.m. I slept 2 whole hours and I needed it. I feel so much better right now. I feel refreshed. I head downstairs and Jack and Molly are in the kitchen and Jack's heating up leftovers for lunch. Hey, you look better. He smiles and comes over to wrap his arms around me. I breathe in his delicious scent and enjoy the feeling of his body against mine. Thank you for letting me nap. I do feel so much better now, I admit. Anytime you need to rest, tell me. I don't care if I have meetings, pack-related, or business, whatever. I'll cancel or reschedule. I don't want you feeling exhausted and not getting rest, he adds. I am the luckiest woman on the planet to have such a supportive and caring man. Thank you, I beam. We all sit to eat lunch together. So I made a reservation for dinner tonight. I figured we could do family dinner night a few days early this week. I have something I'd like to celebrate. Jack tells me. What do you want to celebrate? It's a surprise, he beams with a cheeky smile. I find myself having thoughts about my mate. The things those lips do to me and my body. Babe, he chuckles and I'm pulled out of my dirty thoughts. Yeah. I ask. Your eyes, and the way you were biting your lip and looking at me. What were you thinking about? He whispers with a mischievous smirk, and one eyebrow raised. I chuckle, feeling just a tiny bit embarrassed that I just got caught fantasizing about him at the kitchen table. Busted. Maybe we can ask Lef or your parents to watch Molly and we can go to dinner just us, I suggest. With everything going on, it's been a while since we had any alone time. Sure, we can make it a date night instead of family dinner if you want, he agrees. I'm not sure what we're celebrating tonight, but I am giddy with excitement to get some uninterrupted alone time with Jack. There has been so much going on lately, that this is much needed. I want to get all dolled up for tonight, so I put on a cute little black lace dress that hugs my upper body. It then flows gently at my waist to mid-thigh. The dress totally hides the little bump that has officially popped. It's just a tiny one, and could pass for a food baby, but still. With a 6-month pregnancy, pups grow very quickly. The dress is not low-cut, but with my swollen pregnancy boobs, I'm rocking this dress better than I ever have before. I do my makeup and straighten my hair and I wear it in a high sleek tight ponytail. I grab some red high heels, that match my red lipstick. When I come out of my closet, I see Jack coming out of the bathroom. "Wow!" he says wide-eyed and stops mid-step. "You literally took my breath away." He exhales a shaky breath and walks over. He's freshly showered, and wearing dark blue dress pants and a white dress shirt, with a brown belt, and brown dress shoes. Everything is perfectly tailored, and fits him just as it should. "You look gorgeous," he says as his fingers find my waist. I can't help that I'm beaming with delight at the way he's looking at me. "Thank you, Alpha. You look very handsome," I admit. We both smile into a kiss. When we break apart, Jack breaks the silence with his husky voice that's a little deeper than usual. "Let's get out of here, so we can hurry up and get back." Just his tone alone has me clenching my thighs. I nod, but hold eye contact so he can see the way his words affect me. Jack opens my door for me, and we walk into the restaurant. "This looks nice," I admit, and he smiles, and puts his arm around my waist, as we walk in together. We're seated at a more private table, and right away I'm asking, "So what's the surprise?" "Let's order first," he says, and he's just beaming with excitement. I find myself absorbing his energy, and I'm giddy with excitement too, even though I don't know what we're excited about. I grab the menu and start scanning. I'm so anxious to find out what we're celebrating. I pick the first thing that appeals to me and close my menu. "That was quick," he chuckles. As soon as the waiter takes our order, and leaves, I'm demanding answers. "Okay, tell me." His energy has me so curious. He slips his hand inside his jacket pocket and pulls out an envelope and places it on the table. "What's this?" I'm officially confused. "Gender results," he beams. "Oh my gosh! I can see it hasn't been opened yet." I let out a quiet squeal and grab the envelope. "Are you sure you want to know?" I ask as I wiggle the envelope around. "I'm so sure. I almost didn't make it to tonight," he chuckles. I open the envelope and grab the letter out. "You read it," I say as I pass it to him. I'm basically hopping in my chair, I'm so excited. We make eye contact for a second, and then he starts unfolding the letter. I see his eyes scanning the letter. He looks at me, and his smile is so broad and he's so proud. "It's a boy," he barely gets out. We're both out of our seats so quickly with our arms around each other. He holds me tight. "I can't believe we're going to have a boy." "I'm so grateful," he whispers. "I'm so happy, I feel like I'm going to burst," I admit. "Me too," Jack beams tearfully. We had the best time enjoying each other's company and our meal together, while over the moon about our news. The waiter comes to take our plates. "Would you like the dessert menu?" he asks. I mind link, "Jack, I want you for dessert." "Nope, no thanks," Jack says quickly, with a smile. We get out of the restaurant, and as soon as we get out of the city, and we're driving down the wooded road, I tell Jack, "Pull over, I can't wait." "I've been wanting you all day," I groan. He flashes me one of his mischievous smiles and pulls over to the shoulder of the road. Epilogue. The end. Lexi's point of view. 3 years later, Jack walks into our bedroom, and he's looking at me with hungry eyes, as he starts stalking over to me. I was putting laundry away, but suddenly it's the farthest thing from my mind. Hey! Hi, he rasps. Just the way he's looking at me is getting my heart racing, and I feel my body reacting. When he reaches me, he pulls me in, and his lips meet mine. He must have really missed me today. He deepens the kiss, and I feel his hands pulling on me, and lifting me. He lets out a groan, and I feel the tingles turn into lightning bolts. I break the kiss. Wait, I say, and Jack starts kissing my neck. I'm breathing heavier, and I try to tell myself to concentrate. I've wanted to tell you something, I mumble. What? He asks and continues kissing down my neck. Jack, I whisper moan. I'm trying to get the strength to get out what I want to say to him, but my brain is turning to mush. He pulls away and looks at me. What? He asks, breathing heavier, and his green eyes swirling with black. I catch my breath. I wanted to talk to you about something, I finally get out. What is it? He pants. I got the results for the gender of the baby today, I explain. Really? Should we open it with the kids? They're excited to know, too. I figured this is going to be our last baby, and we made it. Maybe we could find out first, then we can do something special for the kids, to surprise them. He puts me down. That sounds great. Where is it? He asks as he rubs my little bump. We sit on the bed, I reach inside the end table and pass it to him. All the kids want a girl. Especially Molly. Molly is almost 5, Enzo is almost 3, and Lucas is a 1 1/2. Our hands are most definitely full, with soon to be 4 kids, all being 5 and under, but we're happy beyond what we could have ever imagined. I have decided 4 kids is our perfect number, so this will be our last baby. We have 2 boys and a girl, and we'll soon find out if it's going to be 2 girls, and 2 boys, or 1 and 3. The boys are definitely a handful, and they all seem to want a baby sister, but I kind of like the idea of Molly being our only girl, that way she always feels special. Jack is the best dad ever, and Molly doesn't remember a time before him. Jack plays rough and tough with the boys, just the way they like, but he's so gentle and tender with Molly. She is very much a daddy's girl, and she's got him wrapped around her little finger. I'm constantly reminding Jack that we can't spoil her, but it's a struggle for him. Jack starts opening the letter. Still think it's a boy? Or do you want to join me and the kids, and change your guess to girl? He asks before opening it. I shake my head. I think it's a boy, I smirk. He has a smile, but I just shake my head. All of my pregnancies have felt the same. No morning sickness or anything super crazy, just fatigued. No weird cravings. With Enzo I craved oranges, with Lucas it was plums, and with this baby it's grapes. Everyone around me seems to have different pregnancies depending on the gender, but mine seems the same, so I think it's another boy. He opens the letter beside me, and we both see at the same time, gender, boy. Ha! I told you, I smile. Jack starts laughing and pulls me into a kiss. All these boys, he pulls away to say, and then smiles into another kiss. Are you happy? So happy, he beams. Jack rolls on top of me and starts kissing me again. I wrap my legs around him, pulling him in closer to me. My fingertips slide up his muscular back as I pull his shirt off. I still can't get enough of him. He takes the opportunity to pull my shirt off too. Jack, I moan. I love you, he groans as he looks over me. He says it's another way people can see that I am all his. He's so possessive, and I honestly find that he moves to me it feels so good. Jack. I want you inside of me, now, I demand. Yes, Luna, he smiles, and he brings his lips to mine. Mama, I hear through the monitor. No. I groan. Jack groans too and rests his head on my chest for a second and we both take a second to catch our breath. When did he go down for a nap? Jack asks. Like 45 minutes ago, he should be sleeping for another hour, I whine. Mama. I hear him whine again. Maybe I can get him back to sleep. Jack offers. If you succeed, I will reward you, I say flirtatiously. But this is Lucas, once he's up, he's usually up, I frown. Jack gives me a quick kiss and grabs his shirt and heads down the hall. I pull on my bra and t-shirt because I know the chances of this working are very slim. I watch in the monitor as Jack picks him up. Hey buddy, it's still bedtime. Daddy will rock you, okay, Ee says softly. Jack sits in the rocking chair rocking him. I love you Dada, Lucas says. I love you too, bud, Jack whispers. I love Mama, I love Zo. Jack cuts him off before he can go through the list of people he loves. Shhh, go back to sleep, Jack says quietly and continues rocking. Dada, where Mama? Lucas, please go to sleep, Jack sighs and looks to the ceiling. I can't help but chuckle. I not tired Dada, Lucas says happily. Jack kisses him on the forehead, and with a sigh of defeat, they get up. Jack comes back into our room with Lucas. He didn't sleep much for nap time, we'll get them to bed early tonight, I tell Jack, and he gives me a little smile, and nod. When do you have to go back to work? It's only 1 p.m. I ask. I finished everything that needed to be done today, and I was missing you guys, so I figured I would come home early today, everything else can wait, Jack explains. I smile wide, things like that make me so happy. Him coming home early just because he misses us. Jack lays back and we each cuddle in. Lucas tells us about how he wants to go swimming, and the things he wants to do in the pool. Come on bud, let's get your swim shorts on. I'll go swimming with you, Jack offers. Hey, I made a bunch of cupcakes earlier, and they've been cooling. I planned on putting pink or blue icing in the middle, and that's how we would tell the kids. It's such a nice day. Why don't we invite everyone over for a pizza pool party? Well, get everyone over for 4, so it's wrapped up early. Everyone will find out the gender, and the kids will all be good and tired and ready for an early bedtime, I smile. After all that, you'll want an early bedtime too, Jack chuckles as he rubs my belly. That sounds fun though, he smiles. I think you underestimate how disappointed I am that we got interrupted. Well, if you find yourself feeling tired, I can do all the work, he smiles and I pull him into a kiss. You're so sweet, I gush. He flashes me one of his megawatt smiles, before grabbing his swim shorts, and heading to Lucas' room to get him changed. I need to tell Grace I'm having another boy. I texted her that I got the letter earlier and that I would FaceTime her when I found out. I call her up, me, hey Grace. Grace, hey. Did you guys open it? I nod. Grace, eeeeee. I think it's a boy. You know your body, and if you've been feeling like it's a boy, I believe it. Me, it's a boy. I was right. Grace, congratulations. She starts laughing. I can't believe 3 boys in a row. Jack must just be so proud to have so many boys. Me, I think part of him is really proud to have so many boys. He thinks about how they will be so strong united as they get older, but we both know he's a total sucker for Molly, so I know he would have really enjoyed having another little girl to spoil. Grace, yeah, he definitely has a soft spot for her. Kelly, on to Lexi, look at my baby brother, Max. Kelly is Grace's oldest, and just 3 weeks older than Enzo. Max is just 3 months old now. Me, he's very cute. I think you're very cute too, and I think you are a great big sister. I miss you, Kelly. Kelly, I miss you too, Auntie Lexi. Grace and I chat for a little while, and when I get off the phone, I call Jack's parents, Lev, Joss, and Beska to invite them to our pool/pizza party. I head downstairs to make my icing, and then ice all the cupcakes. The inside has some dark blue icing, and then some light pink and blue swirled icing on top. Before I can finish, Enzo is waking from his nap. I head up, to get him. He's the spitting image of Jack, it's so cute. Lucas has my hair, it's a little darker than Enzo's and he has a little curl to it. Just like Enzo though, he has Jack's green eyes. His face seems to be more of a mix of Jack and me than Enzo too. I get him in his swimsuit, and lather him up with sunscreen, and let him play with Jack and Lucas in the pool while I finish up the cupcakes, and clean up. I get my swimsuit on and put a summer dress on top, then I grab a swimsuit for Molly, and a bunch of towels for our guests that will arrive in less than an hour. It's almost time for Molly's bus too, so I head out to pick her up. How was your day, baby girl? I ask when she gets off the bus. She greets me with a big smile and a hug. It was good, we got a new class pet today. A frog. I wanted to name him Froggy, but the class decided on Fred. I chuckle, some things never change. Did you get to hold him? I was afraid at first, but then when I saw he wasn't biting everyone else, I pet him, she replies. I think frogs are nice, and you don't have to worry about him biting. I'm glad that you were brave enough to pet him. Maybe next time you can hold him, I suggest. Maybe? They are pretty hoppy, though, she says with furrowed brows. I can't help but chuckle at how cute she looks. She's so big now, still has her long blonde curly hair, and bright big blue eyes, though. I have your swimsuit in the kitchen waiting for you. Daddy and the boys are in the pool, and we're having all our friends come out for pizza and cupcakes. I say excitedly. Really? Yay! She squeals. And guess what? Inside the cupcakes is the secret, if the baby is a boy or a girl. Her eyes are wide, I hope it's a girl, Mommy. I want a sister. The boys don't like to play the things I like to play with, she sighs. I feel a little twinge in my heart. I don't want her to be disappointed. We'll love a brother or a sister just the same though, right? I ask. She nods, but not very enthusiastically. You know, if it is another boy, you'll be the only girl. Daddy's only bunny. I say. She smiles. Maybe another brother wouldn't be so bad, she admits. When Molly is dressed, we head out back with the boys. Jack is in the water, and the boys are taking turns jumping in and Jack is catching them. The sounds of my little boys laughing and seeing my shirtless man with a wide smile on his face, having fun with our children has me swooning. How did I get so lucky? Daddy! Molly yells. Hey, bunny! Jack beams. Molly jumps in the pool, and then she starts swimming to him and he scoops her up. She is a fantastic swimmer. All of our kids are because Jack starts teaching them pretty young. Lucas still uses water wings when we're not right beside him, but it won't be long. I missed you, today, Jack tells Molly. I missed you too, and guess what? We got a frog at school today. She tells him all about her day, and he holds her close and he asks her questions, and you can just see in his eyes that he adores her, and she adores him. I couldn't possibly love or like him more than I do. I take off my dress, and I'm wearing a white one-piece with white frilly straps. Mama, Jack says with a flirtatious smile, as I walk into the pool, and make my way to him and the kids. We have about a half hour before everyone starts piling in, but it's nice to get some family time in first. We swim around with the kids, and Jack and I steal kisses and cuddles when we can. Of course, Molly and Enzo tell us how gross it is, but it doesn't stop us. We just laugh and carry on. Jack's point of view: soon enough my parents are coming into the backyard, and we all get out of the pool to greet them. I quickly fill our outdoor cooler with ice and drinks, so Lexi doesn't. Then Joss, Brady, and their two daughters Ella and Belle come in. Next Lev, Britt, and their son Xavier, who is 2, show up. Lastly, Beska and Alex show up, with Toby, and their daughter Kennedy. Lexi and I sit at the table, with Alex, and my parents and Lucas. Lucas is sitting on my mom's lap with his sippy cup, while everyone else is in the pool swimming, on the trampoline, or in the sandbox. Days like this, surrounded by my family and friends, are the best and make me very aware of how much Lexi has changed my life, and how full it is now. I was so empty before. When the pizza arrives, Lexi and I go into the house to set the island up as a buffet. She tosses the large salad she made, and I open the different pizza boxes, chicken wings, and bread sticks. I set out some dishes and cutlery and everyone comes in to make a plate. We all enjoy dinner, and when everyone is done eating, we grab the 2 trays of cupcakes Lex made, and get everyone's attention. We found out the gender of the baby today, and we wanted to share the news. Lexi baked these cupcakes, and the color of the icing on the inside of the cake is the gender. So, we'll hand them all out, and then you can all bite into them at the same time and find out. I explain. We hand them out, and then Lexi and I bent down with our kids, so we can watch their faces when they bite into them and find out. 3, 2, 1 Lexi says, and everyone takes a bite. I hear people everywhere laughing, but I'm only paying attention to my kids right now. Lucas doesn't seem to care too much, and I look to Lexi who's helping Enzo. It's Blue, you're going to have another brother, she tells him. Poor guy burst into tears. Ah, Enzo. Another brother is going to be so fun, she tries to comfort him. I wanted a sister, he cries. Lexi looks at me with a frown that turns into a chuckle. Enzo, a baby sister might not want to play all the same games as you. Just like Molly doesn't like to play with the same toys as you. You'll have fun with a brother, I promise, I try and reassure him. He keeps crying, and Lexi picks him up, and holds him close, whispering everything's going to be okay. I hear the snickers around me. Everyone is listening to Enzo take the news pretty rough. I see Molly seems to take the news pretty well, which surprises me. You seem happy to be having a brother, Mole. You're not disappointed it's not a girl? I know you wanted a sister. No, I changed my mind. I want a brother. I want to be your only bunny, she smiles and wraps her arms around me. My heart. Ugh, she's the sweetest thing ever. You'll always be my only bunny. She pulls back and gives me the sweetest smile, and kisses my nose. Love you, Daddy. I love you too, sweetheart, I tell her, and kiss her forehead. After Enzo accepted the news, he decided to eat his cupcake, and play with his friends. Everyone is congratulating us, and there is lots of surprise about it being another boy. So are you guys going to keep trying to give Enzo a baby sister? My mom asks Lexi with a chuckle. No, this is our last one, Lexi confesses. Jack would have 10 if it were up to him, but I'm done after baby Eli, Lexi says. I am going to get a vasectomy after the baby is born. Lexi has done her part in giving me children, now it's my turn to do my part. Eli? Is that what you're calling him? My mom asks. Elias, but we'll call him Eli. We chat with our friends and family and everyone clears out before 7 p.m., just as Lexi planned. We quickly bathe the kids and get them all in bed before 7:30. Why don't you go and have a bath, and I'll go and clean up, babe, I offer. Why don't we do it together? You save your energy, I've got plans, I tell her. She smiles and gets on her tiptoes to kiss me. I happen to have plans for you too, Alpha, she flirts. I head downstairs and move pretty quickly to get everything done. I go out back and grab all the towels, and throw them in the washing machine, and get it going. I collect all the garbage, and glasses to bring to the house. Push all the chairs in, and make sure everything looks clean and tidy. I put the leftovers away and put all the large cardboard boxes into the recycling in the garage. Then I put all the dishes in the dishwasher and wash down all the counters and the table. Everything looks clean now. I grab some iced lemon water for Lexi, which she loves during this pregnancy. I head up and see her relaxing in the tub. I take a second to appreciate how beautiful she is. My woman, the mother of my 4 children. She's remarkable. She's the most beautiful woman on the inside and the outside that I have ever seen. How did I possibly get this lucky? Hey handsome, she says as she opens her eyes. Hey beautiful, I brought you some lemon water, I say as I set it beside her tub. You are the sweetest, she coos, and I laugh. It sounds like you really like me right now, I smile. You honestly have no idea, she says softly, as she holds my gaze. Oh, I think I know, if it's anywhere close to as much I like her, it's a lot. Are you coming in here? You can relax, and I'll wait for you if you want. I think I'll be pretty relaxed if you join me, she smirks and she grazes her tongue over her bottom lip. When she looks at me like that, how could I resist? I strip down and get in with her. As soon as I get in, she starts to straddle me and she brings her lips to mine. The sparks are intense, and I can smell her arousal. My woman on top of me and I love the way every inch of her feels. I can tell she's breathing heavier, as she deepens the kiss. She starts into me, and then she quietly moans into our kiss. I pull away, I thought I was supposed to be doing all the work tonight. I smile. That won't be necessary.